I told you to leave me.
And I told you to
Why
get
did you
your
leave
ass
me?
back here!
I was trying to do the right thing.
Case homicide!
45 to an hour.
Yeah. The stuff of life, huh? What's this gonna cost us, Brand?
A lot. Decades.
There is a scene in Interstellar where they go to this alien planet, and they're on this mission and everything, but they go to this alien planet. Every hour that they spend on this planet is like 7 years back home. I think that's right. In other words, because of how these gravity forces, this black hole or whatever, is kind of messed up things with time. The black hole is affecting things, right? Every hour they spend on this planet, while it's just an hour for them, for the people back home on Earth, 7 years goes by. So what that means is that these astronauts, when they're on this weird planet with the time thing, they know that they need to be in a hell of a hurry, and they don't need to be wasting time, because every hour is like 7 years back home, and they don't want to be wasting all that time while their kids are, aging and marrying and having other children and things like that, right?
Let it drain.
God damn it!
I told you to leave me.
And I told you to
Why
get
did you
your
leave
ass
me?
back here! The difference is one of us was thinking about the mission,
You were
Brand!
thinking about getting home. I was trying to do the right thing.
You tell that to Doyle. Case homicide!
45 to an hour.
Yeah. The stuff of life, huh? What's this gonna cost us, Brand?
A lot. Decades.
And so when they get on this planet, they are not wasting any time. They are going fast as they can, trying to fill every second. Well, in a way, that is an excellent allegory of sorts for the situation that we find ourselves in. And you may say, hey, wait a minute. No, every hour for us is not like 7 years. Yes, but what I'm getting at is that life is so short and it goes by so fast. And as those of you who are older know, the older you get, the faster it seems to go. I remember before my grandmother died, when she was in her mid-80s, and one thing that she said to me, she said, wow, she said, it just seems like yesterday that I woke up and I was a little girl looking at myself in the mirror. And now I'm like, where did all that time go? I still feel like that little girl. Where did it go? And the point I'm trying to make is that we are basically like those astronauts on that planet, in that our lives are going by in the blink of an eye and will be over before we know it. And we should be aware of that, not in a morbid, depressed sense where you've fixated on it all the time, but we should be aware of that so that we make better use of our time. Because imagine in that Interstellar movie, imagine if those people had just sat around, oh, well, I think I'm gonna play a video game. Yeah, I'm gonna play, I'll get to that other stuff we're supposed to be doing on the planet later, but I'm gonna play this video game. Or, oh, I'm gonna hang out with this person that I really can't stand, but I just feel like, I have to, or I'm needy or codependent or whatever, and I'll hang out with them, or whatever ways that we waste or misuse our time. No, of course not. It would be ridiculous. But that's exactly what a lot of us do. We have this, we're like these astronauts, and they've got an hour is 7 years, and they're here, playing video games. It wouldn't make any sense. And I'm not speaking out against video games here. I'm just, however you want to spend your time, it's you. But I'm just saying to be cognizant of it, whether it is through work or relaxation or hanging out with people, right? And let me just say to those of you who are younger, the allocation of your time, determining how you are going to allocate your time on a daily basis in life, that is one of the biggest psychological stressors that you face in life. Even if you're not really fully aware of it, but it's something kind of we're semi-conscious of. But it in the sense that, the time that you devote to one person is time that you can't devote to someone else. The time that you devote to your career is time that you can't devote as much to your family, and vice versa. I devote a lot of time to working out, I have less time to devote to reading, or vice versa. And I'm not saying that you can't try to balance these things. I'm saying that that life is so, we know this, right? It goes by so fast. And it is constantly throwing so many unexpected things at you. And there's constantly so many people and so many things that are demanding or desiring or in need of your attention, that it is like constantly, we're constantly in a kind of a wind tunnel where we've got all of this stuff that's blowing at us, and we're trying to figure out, as we're trying to make it through this wind tunnel, who we're going to talk to, or who we're going to latch on to, or what we're going to pay attention to. And that's very nerve-wracking, because we want everything to be all perfectly planned out. And we want to feel like we can connect the dots ahead of time in our life, right? Like I told you, until recently, I taught college. And one of the big stressors that college students go through is just trying to figure out how they want their lives to line up. And a lot of them would like to have the assurance that, okay, well, if I major in this, then I'm going to be able to get a job in this, and then I'm going to be able to do this, and I'm going to be able to advance here and here. And then by the time I'm 30, I'll have been married, and then I can have kids. They want to see it all line up. So getting back to this issue then of living with intentionality, okay, the idea is to live life in such a way so that you are living your own narrative, and you are conscious of the narrative that you are writing for yourself as you go along.